provided by Thomas Allgeier and Frennis, based on the most relevant posts on LinkedIn about commercial fleets in CW3233. Frennis is a B2B market research company working with enterprises to optimize their campaigns with account and executive insights far beyond AI. Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're plunging into the latest trends, the insights really shaking up the commercial fleet world, all gleaned from LinkedIn, specifically calendar weeks 32 and 33. Get ready. We think you'll find some surprising stuff and hopefully some practical takeaways.
Absolutely. And this isn't just a rundown of what's new. It's about understanding this, pretty seismic shift happening in fleet electrification and management.
Right.
We're seeing this clear move away from just pilot projects, the dipping the toe in phase. Now it's about scaled decisions, real commitments.
Driven by tech, economics, policy, all mixing together.
Exactly. So for anyone in the mobility industry, what we're digging into today offers some, I think, really valuable insights. It's kind of a shortcut to feeling the pulse of the market right now.
Okay, let's unpack the first big theme then. It seems super clear from the sources that data, it's not just for tracking anymore, is it?
Not at all.
It's about driving action. Like Vishnu Paramalsamy put it really well.
He did.
He said, basically, data used to be the game changer. Now, it's just the starting line.
Mm-hmm. The real advantage, the edge, comes from how fast and, crucially, how intelligently you turn that data into action.
And AI is pushing that shift, right, from reactive to predictive.
Totally. And what's fascinating is seeing how fast that intelligence is getting baked into actual platforms. It's not just theory.
Yeah, practical tools.
Think about it. Reactive management is like driving looking only in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, not ideal.
Predictive management with AI. That's like having a co-pilot who sees miles ahead, anticipating problems before they happen.
Okay, so that changes everything. Maintenance, routes.
Everything. Makes operations way more efficient, fewer costly surprises.
And we are seeing specific platforms doing this. Ariant Mehta mentioned EKA Connect.
Right, the AI control tower.
Exactly. Built to monitor, maintain, optimize EV fleets. Gives managers that bird's eye view.
And then there's Flevo. Steve Hammondway highlighted that one.
Yeah, data integration. Pulling it all together.
Exactly. Unifying operations. Connecting those siloed apps for one single view. That's huge for making sense of all the different data streams.
Yeah, it really is.
And zooming out a bit, this idea of generative decision intelligence in logistics. Om Prakash talked about this. It's having a massive impact.
Okay.
Look at Cox's investment in Optimal Dynamics.
Yeah.
They're using generative AI based on Princeton research, and get this, KBX Logistics, their transport arm.
Yeah.
They saw a 17 to 24% increase in weekly revenue per truck.
Wow, 17 to 24%. That's significant.
It really is. Shows this isn't just about small tweaks. It's revolutionizing operations for serious revenue growth.
Incredible. And it makes it real, you know, not just abstract concepts.
Definitely.
And on a practical level, Jamie Dyke mentioned GM involves fleet electrification analysis, the FEA. That sounds like a tool to help make smart decisions about which vehicles to switch to EV.
Exactly. It helps plan sustainably. Havey pointed out, the goal isn't always 100% conversion overnight. That can be, overwhelming.
Impractical, yeah.
It's about strategic planning, finding those slam dunk vehicles and drivers to transition first. Smart steps.
Which leads us right into total cost of ownership, TCO. Jackson McKinney had a great take on this.
Yeah, what did he say?
He put it simply, TCO tells you why the spend is happening before it costs you.
Okay. So it flips budgeting from reactive to proactive.
Precisely. Instead of getting a surprise bill, you understand the variables up front. Energy use, maintenance needs.
So you can predict, mitigate, maybe even avoid costs altogether.
Exactly. Like understanding how often certain routes need fast charging or how regenerative braking on hills affects battery life. That changes your long-term cost view. Helps you buy smarter.
Makes sense.
So with all this data and smart analysis, how do you make all these different systems actually work together? Because fleets are messy, right? Mixed vehicles, different chargers.
That is a critical question. Roby Moyano tackled that challenge at diverse depots directly.
Okay.
He explained that proactive integration and normalizing data and commands across different systems is essential, absolutely essential for smooth charger operation.
Normalizing data, like getting everything to speak the same language?
Pretty much. Depots have AC, DC fast chargers, different versions of OCPP, that's the Open Charge Point Protocol.
The communication standard.
Right. You need them all behaving predictably, talking effectively. Otherwise, you get vehicles not charging, chargers dropping offline. chaos.
You need that harmonious ecosystem, as you said.
Exactly.
And it comes back to data again. Natasha Fry really hammered this home.
What was her point?
That data-driven optimization strategies are the bedrock, the absolute foundation for a successful EV transition.
Yeah, makes sense.
You can't make smart electrification choices if you don't deeply understand your current fleet's patterns. You're flying blind otherwise.
Precisely. And we see companies leading this charge. Motive Analytics, Hemant Banavar talked about them, and Samsara, mentioned by Martin Bain and Stephen Breyers.
That's right, deploying these sophisticated AI platforms.
And they're not just for reporting, you know. They're built for real-time decisions, enhancing safety with driver coaching, incident detection, boosting efficiency all around.
So AI is really driving tangible outcomes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Transforming how fleets manage everything. And, you know, connecting this to the bigger picture, the whole electrification conversation is shifting. It's focusing more and more on financial viability, on strategy. It's not just about being green anymore.
Yeah, the bottom line is becoming central. Maxim Resnichenko's findings really highlighted that. He said fleet electrification isn't just possible, it's practical and profitable.
Practical and profitable, that's key.
Yeah, with EV penetration projected to grow significantly and fuel costs being a top worry for, 67% of fleets?
Wow, that high.
Yeah, so EVs are becoming a strategic advantage, not just a nice to have.
And we're finally seeing concrete proof points, which is exciting. Chris Davis shared the City of Charlotte's experience with their F-150 Lightnings.
Oh yeah, what did they find?
Significant operating cost advantages. Lowest TCO over 10 plus years compared to gas and hybrid. Real world savings.
Okay, that's compelling.
And there was a UK case Daniel Holmes shared. Get this. 130 million amp-hours in savings over 25 years.
Whoa.
With a 4-year ROI from going battery electric. These numbers change the whole conversation, don't they? From focusing on upfront EV cost to the long-term commercial win.
Definitely. But it's not always simple, is it? Daniel Hilson pointed out some nuances in TCO.
Like what?
Like regenerative braking, route terrain. He said ignoring these can really impact costs.
Ah, okay. So if your strategy doesn't account for hilly routes maximizing regen, or the energy drain of city driving versus highway,
you could be losing thousands per vehicle every year. You've got to optimize beyond just the sticker price.
Right. And Ruscio Sardi, he's been deep in this for 5 years, he put it bluntly. Fleet electrification isn't a fairy tale. It's messy.
Huh. I believe it.
He stresses, you absolutely need diverse teams. People who speak EV, grid ops, finance, digital transformation, all the languages.
Plus innovative software?
Plus innovative software, yeah.
Huh.
To actually get a lower TCO than diesel, it's way more than just swapping engines. It's a whole system change.
And that messiness, it causes internal friction, too. Andrew Bissett called it the four-body problem.
Just stakeholder gridlock.
Yeah, operations wants reliability. Finance wants ROI. Procurement wants low prices. Sustainability wants speed.
Getting them all aligned for electrification, super tough, stalls projects.
And Shaquille Ali saw that disconnect between fleet operators and charge point operators, too. Not understanding each other's needs hurts everyone.
Definitely. And looking beyond just battery electrics, we're seeing other powertrain strategies gain ground. Diversification. Well, David C. noted more municipal fleets adopting renewable natural gas, RNG. Cost-effective, lower emissions, helps the circular economy.
Interesting.
And Matthias Milner pointed to hydrogen's rapid progress in China. Heavy-duty trucks hitting 400 kilowatt power now.
Wow.
Even autonomous tech is shaking things up. Björn Gröndal mentioned smaller, more efficient mining fleets emerging, challenging that old bigger is better idea in heavy industry.
Okay, so lots of change. But it brings up that huge question. What about the charging infrastructure?
The foundation.
Right. Without robust, reliable, scalable charging, none of this electrification really works, does it?
It's the absolute linchpin. And it's a major challenge. But there are innovative solutions. Tyler Seed talked about the Toronto Transit Commission's bus project.
What did they do?
They use battery storage and smart charging management. They let them deploy buses on time without massive, costly utility upgrades.
That's clever. Because those upgrades take forever and cost a fortune.
Exactly. And Kimon Beckman also stressed how battery storage plus solar makes depots more resilient, keeps charging going during blackouts or peak times, essential for reliable operations.
And we are seeing new deployments. John Emick shared that Burns and McDonnell finished a big commercial fleet charging project.
Nuclear progress.
And Brad Denker reported Zerova chargers are powering the largest electric school bus fleet in New Jersey. That feels significant.
It is. And solutions like Siemens Depot 360 Managed Services, Paul Matthews and Vanessa Romanello discuss this. They're helping operators like Unibus AS manage the shift.
So providing support, not just hardware.
Exactly. Helping them achieve high service reliability, even in tough conditions like winter. Vital for companies that don't want to become charging experts overnight.
And public funding helps grease the wheels, right? Manish Kumar and Rodion Barakovich mentioned the UK Depot charging scheme.
Yeah, that sounds promising.
Offers big money, up to $1 million per site, covering 75% of infrastructure costs. That's a strong incentive.
It is. Yeah. But we have to balance that with the ground reality. Rhea Miller's report was pretty sobering.
How so?
Billions, like over $14.5 billion, committed to medium and heavy-duty charging in the U.S. But infrastructure readiness is way behind. Only a fraction of that money has led to actual operational sites. And utility upgrade lead times, months, even years. Huge bottlenecks.
Years, wow.
And Will Reeves pointed out the same issue in the UK. Grid connection waits up to 15 years. That's a massive barrier for HGV fleets wanting to electrify.
15 years, that's almost insurmountable.
It basically is. It's that classic chicken and egg problem, stalling decarbonization.
So with those huge hurdles, partnerships become even more vital. Kieran White shared how Puro is working with SWTCH.
To expand access and reliability.
Yeah, across different locations, trying to create a uniform, dependable experience, leveraging expertise to tackle those big challenges.
And Tom Butcher's post summed up the operational complexity well. He just said flat out, fleet electrification is complicated. No single solution fits everyone. You have to think about route planning, home charging for drivers, energy optimization, diagnostics. It's a multi-layered puzzle.
Definitely not plug and play.
Not at all.
Which puts huge pressure on charge point operators, CPOs. Christopher Lefilibert made that point.
What did he stress?
That CPOs need to scale smartly. Use funding, use dynamic load management to avoid grid issues, avoid fragmented tech, all while delivering ROI. They're really on the front lines.
Absolutely. So let's shift gears slightly, thinking about the broader policy picture and the actual market momentum we're seeing.
Yeah, regulation is definitely a big driver. Suki Sangha mentioned the UK's ZEV mandate, targeting 70% of new van sales as electric by 2030.
That's ambitious.
Very. And while it pushes things forward, depot readiness, like we talked about, is still that practical constraint, makes hitting the target tricky.
And then you have legal uncertainty creating headwinds. Chris Shimoda and Peter Stefanovich reported on that California Clean Truck Partnership lawsuit.
Where truck makers are suing?
Yeah, suing to nullify the deal because of conflicting state and federal rules. Highlights the messiness of regulatory fragmentation, adds risk for fleet planning.
But despite all that, the adoption proof points are stacking up. Real momentum. Sashko Stubalo celebrated 4Gen Logistics aiming to be California's first 100% zero-emission drayage fleet by 2025.
That's a bold goal.
It is. And NAC fees run on less, Matt McClellan highlighted this, keep showing electric fleets succeeding in the real world.
Proving viability.
Yeah. And Sarah Borian shared a road fleet hitting 1 million electric miles. Shows durability, day in, day out. These aren't just tests anymore.
Definitely seeing sustained performance. And new products and partnerships are speeding things up too. Joe Tai announced Alexander Dennis and Clean Drive launching AD Repower.
What's that?
It electrifies existing diesel buses. Smart way to transition while using current assets.
Clever.
Farhad Babakan and Saloni Parlak mentioned Blue Dot integrating more deeply for Tesla fleets and enabling charging for Vay's remote-driven EVs.
And we're seeing broader signs, too, right? Donations like Acura giving 75 electric SUVs for conservation work. Bill Pierce shared that. And politicians getting involved, like Baltimore's Mayor Brandon Scott testing EVs, which Cara DiPietro highlighted, shows wider acceptance.
It does. EVs moving into new areas.
So with all this change, vehicles, infrastructure, operations, safety becomes even more critical, doesn't it?
Hugely important. And AI platforms are really focusing on proactive risk reduction now.
How so?
Things like real-time driver coaching from telematics data, incident detection that spots near misses before their accidents, smarter workflows.
And fatigue monitoring, too.
Fatigue monitoring, proactive interventions. They're becoming standard in modern fleet programs, making things not just efficient, but much safer.
Moving from reaction to prevention.
Exactly. That's a massive leap for the industry. Well, if you enjoyed this deep dive, remember new ones drop every 2 weeks. Do check out our other editions too on electrification of battery technology, future mobility and market evolution, and next-gen vehicle intelligence.
Thanks so much for joining us today as we explored these commercial fleet insights.
Yeah, thank you. And remember to subscribe for more deep dives into these really important nuggets of knowledge.
And maybe leave you with this thought. Beyond just the immediate cost savings, how will this integration of AI and, these diversified powertrains, how will that fundamentally reshape your operational model in the next 5 years? Something to chew on.